Ugh. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Sure that we're together. Bada bing! Hello, Neil. This is an odd hour for you to stream. How are you? Yes, it is an odd hour for me to stream because, my new shift prevents me from streaming at my normal time. I think I got a zit there. Either that or something in my beard. Anyway, so, Prelate. Hello, Richie boy. Guess what I'm rubbing my face into at the moment? A baboon's ass? Mary. Hey, Richard. Bada bing. Had lunch yet, Richard? No. El bizarro, dude. Bada bing. Hello, Mary. Hello, El bizarro, Mary. Mary Mistrada. Hey, VML. Jeff. Hi, Richard. I hope you're doing well. No. El bizarro, bada bing. Prelate. No, it's my little sister's socks. You know, Prelate, one day I'm going to get you my sister's socks. And your face will melt off. Right, Nim? Right, Nimbus? Nimbus, Nin, you've got a nose. I like your nose, Nimbus, Nin. Prelate, never mind. Nice to see you, Richie. Yeah. Believe me, donkey, if it were me, you'd be dead. Oh. Jeff, how did you like your new job? Do you think you will like it there? I think I will hate it there. Oh, God. You know, they said, yeah, after 1 o'clock, things really slow down. Well, no. Someone showed up to have me go on lunch. And I went on lunch, and as soon as I came back from lunch, wall-to-wall trucks. You know, and it lasted until about 15 minutes before I came off duty. So it was a lot of work, guys. You know, I was sweating. And I mean, it's not a big thing that I'm sweating so much as it is a big thing that the drivers are really rude about it. They're like, "I'm going to be late now." It's like, "What do you want me to do about it? You're sitting here talking to me. You should be on the road." You know, everyone's going to be slow at first. But yeah, you know, I did not realize that I was going to be working such a high volume post. But I mean, you know, like I say, I don't have a lot of options here. So I'm just going to have to do this. You know, and it's like, yeah, I might not like it, but I mean, it's not about what I like. It's called work for a reason. El Bizavo, Neil, is this job where they're trying to fire you? No. They just hired me. And they called me last night, and they were like, "Can you come in 8 hours early?" Okay. And then I get up and I look at my phone. No, they rejected your request. My request? Guys, you wanted me to come in 8 hours early. Hey, Bizzappo, you mentioned before a job they didn't like your skin color. Yeah, that's not the job. I'm not working there at present. But no, that's been a lot of jobs, actually. You'd be surprised how common that sort of thing is out here in Cali. Oh, KK. Yeah, dude. I actually worked for a major company once where they had a manager that fired all the white people. All of us. And I called them up later and be like, hey, you never officially fired me. They said, oh, well, we'll put you back on a job. Don't worry. Mary, how are the kitties? Well, Nimbus is right here and being a kitty. She's very kitty like in that regard. Toby is still being a pain. Keeps bothering Nimbus. But anyway. Nimbus, is the job at a warehouse? It's a. Well, yes and no. It's a cross dock. Warehouses are for storing things. Cross docks are for breaking shipments and redistributing them. So what happens where I work is that the trucks come in off the dock or off rail, and they are offloaded, and then the contents are separated into loads and then sent to stores. So it's like, let's just say, somebody's ordering Christmas trees. It's like every store is going to need a certain number of Christmas trees. But the factory sends out an entire shipment of Christmas trees. So the Christmas trees pass the ocean because they're made in China. And then they come to my facility where they're offloaded. And then they are broken into shipments to different stores. Then they're reloaded with whatever else the store is ordering. And then that's what they get. Whereas if it were a warehouse, what would happen would be the shipment of Christmas trees comes in, it gets stocked into a location, and then every time somebody ordered a Christmas tree, or however many Christmas trees, that would be sent to the store. So warehouses store freight for order, cross docks split up orders to ship. Jeff, IO, so off the work we go. I think you mean hi-ho, not IOE. Laura Lind, weird early time, Richard. You okay, my guy? Said hi. No, not really. Mary, Amanda, hit the like button. Mojo, I tried to get a forklift driver job on a dock. Always seniority is the spot. Yes. Oh. Sweetheart, you have worms. Amanda, love you, Richard. Love you, Kitty. That's Eva. Elbizavo, my question now is, what do you do? Check manifests? What would happen is a vehicle would arrive at the gate. I would then log into the system and search it, search the trailer, then the tractor, and information would come up. I would then verify that information with the driver's paperwork, and then check to see if the seal is intact, unbroken, and correct. Then I'd send them on their way. Simple. Inbounding is a lot more difficult. There's a lot more information you need to do. But I mean, guys, it's like this. What I would really like is a post where I'm guarding a empty building. So long as I have electricity, I'm happy. Um, Amanda, what worm would pill form put it on their food different times and kills worms? It's good for human worms too. I use diatomaceous earth for that, and I have like a big bin of it. My clamp fell. Oh well. Anyway, so I have a big bin of it, and it is human grade, so you can put it in your own food. It doesn't actually kill the worms; it causes them to detach. But with enough cats, you're going to have worms every now and again. It's good to put the diatomaceous earth in their food from time to time, but I have to keep it away from Nimbus here because she will have bad reactions. Michael, Richard, I'm eating sardines and taking a ish. What do you think about Bussy? I think you're oversharing. El Bizavo, are these shipping containers on trailer frames? Chassis is what they call them. Um, Again, dude, what it is that the containers come off the ships or off rail, and then they are set on a chassis and locked together, and that's what comes in loaded and goes out empty. Right. What I am more concerned with is actually the loads, which they're going to they would be going to Ross, or they would be going to JC or Macy's or whatever have you, Costco, things like that. So like I say, I work for a goods shipper, non-perishable goods shipper. Code Maker, you look sad. What happened? Well, I mean, your mom gave me the teeth. Seriously. Guys, I worked everything out with my boss at the historic building, and the job didn't seem too difficult and everything. And then yesterday, it was like, I called him. I said, "Who's working today?" You said the schedule was going to change. He said, "Oh, that's right. I haven't put out the schedule yet." He calls the other guard. "You work today?" And she's like, "Nah, it's too late." So he's like, "Can you still come in?" "Yeah, I can come in." Mojo, I had a shipping and receiving job for produce. The worst dealing with the expired and moldy stuff showing up. Yeah. El Bizavo sounds interesting and more item on the resume. Boss, my big problem is that I keep changing jobs. Nobody wants to hire me because I keep changing jobs. Code Maker, that's fine. Everything will be okay. No, it won't. Pradeep Mori, C2P, hi. I mean, like I say, guys, if someone handed me $100,000, okay, I would still probably not quit this second job. I'd look a little harder for a new job if that happened, but I wouldn't quit. Henry, noob. Code Maker, that's fine. Everything will be okay. El Bizarro, job changes are recent though. You were pretty stable before. Yeah, I had one job for 7 years. But one of the things that did one of the negative fallouts from the whole Obamacare thing is that employers will terminate you because they want to have an excuse for why they didn't give you health care. So that was a thing. What we need in this country is universal health care, not what we have. What we have is just costing people money and causing trouble. Mike, hello Richard, and all the dumbass. Beavis, you dumbass. Jeff, maybe it's not going to be busy all the time. Maybe it's just the time of the year. Dude, it's actually slow because of the Trump tariffs. But the bottom line is, the thing you have to remember is that outbound loads are going to get smaller, not fewer. There are guys that they go to a certain number of restaurant or stores every day, and they go to 3 stores, and those 3 stores are going to have something that they need. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a small number of pallets or a large number of pallets. What matters is that they get their shipment every day. So that's what's going to happen. The problem, again, is that these people, they don't know logistics very well. They put too much pressure on one part of their system each time, as opposed to spreading out. So it's like dispatch will release everyone at the same time in the morning. It's like, okay, so now outbound, there's a specific guard that does outbound. Now that guard is under pressure. Why don't you send, like, say, the tractor trailers to outbound, then the box trucks can exit through the inbound gate, and that will take the pressure off, because the inbound gate does nothing at that time. The Great One, Richard. Episode O'Neill, universal healthcare is coming. It is going to work. It isn't going to work. Here's the thing, Al. Why would it not work for us? Works for England. Works for Spain. Works for France. Doesn't work for Russia, because nothing works for Russia. Mojo, I canceled mine because I was $450 a month. Now my Crohn's disease is out of remission and can't get medicine. Luke Augustine, the dead hand worked for Russia. Jake Venture, I really like your work in the movie Billy Madison, as the bus driver. I really liked your mom's work under the desk yesterday. Mm. Invisible, that's not true. Those countries are socialist in nature. It all turns to shit. I've got bad news for you, El. The socialist countries are better places to live than America. Mike, hey, Richard, how are your first night alone at work? Hard. Lucky Augustine, do you know about the dead hand? No, I do not. The Great One. Cactable. Artmore. Yo, Rich. Christian Boy. Mickey Mouse. It's an inflatable. Artmore, what a surprise. Pridip Mori. Ka Sihan. Mike, what is busy or lots of free time? It was busy. Most of it. More than 50% of the night was busy. And you know, guys, I came home, I was drenched in sweat. I've got my clothes in the laundry now. Christian Boy, I mean, is that Mickey Mouse on your screen? That is a pumpkin shaped like Mickey Mouse, or an inflatable thing shaped like Mickey Mouse. Because people here do Disney the gay way. If it's awful, then why ain't you packing up and moving there? Maybe catch a garbage draft to Cuba. Okay, you know, the whitest country on earth is socialist. Lucky Augustine, did you do a hair transplant? No, I did your mom. Christian Boy, do you like Mickey and Minnie Mouse? No. And as a good Christian, you should not approve of Minnie's miniskirts. Why is that mouth showing off the booty? Lucky Augustine, it's not lucky. You're English and can't say Luke. Eh. Technically, putting your names together would turn it from Luke into Lucky. Or, well, Lukey, I guess, but... You know, dude, put a space next time, dumbass. Bada bing! He has dyslexia, dude. Yeah, but Luke over here is also an a-hole. Jeff, I really thought things would get better. I sure was wrong. Yeah, I know. Mike, what y'all talking about before I got here, Trump? My work. Invisible, Neal, tough. Artmore, so you were going to get streams at this time now? I don't know, dude. You know, it's just I didn't stream yesterday because I worked 16 hours and I got up at 5 this morning and I took a nap and then here I am. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I mean, I will say this much, Art. I am being motivated to make YouTube work. Christian Boy, chill, Richard, love you. Bada bing, hey Art. Did you see the game last night? Jays kicked the Dodgers' ass. No, I didn't. Artmore, hey, bada bing. Bada bing, Art, it's me, VM. Artmore, oh ish, VM, what's up? Bada bing, lol. Artmore, haha, how are you, VM? Dixon, I have been doom scrolling since 6 o'clock this morning. I probably need a break. Yeah. Bada bing, I'm doing great. How are you? Jay's gonna take it home. Near her sensor. Why 2 plus 2 is 4. Ardmore. Good, just woke up. Slept in today. Oh man, VM, I know. Jays are a good team. Look, guys, I don't follow sports. I don't care about sports. I'm never going to care about sports. You know, I have no desire to watch a bunch of dudes play with their balls. Nihir Sanker, ye sports are gay. Bada bing. Was your old man into sports, Neil? No. No. He was into playing with his own ball. Mojo, sports are scripted. At least the end result is. Yeah, you know. Toby, are you really going to get your butt kicked by Eva? I mean, seriously, you're a big old black cat. She's not small, but you're a big old black cat. She gonna beat your butt. But yeah, as I was saying, when the Wii came out, everyone goes over to this one video game geek, you know, this one video game geek, and they're all playing with his Wii, and I go like, yeah, I'm just not into hanging out with a bunch of dudes and playing with my Wii, and this other guy says, correction, we were a bunch of dudes hanging out and playing with Brent's Wii. I was like, somehow that's even worse. Chad Bailey, I feel Super Bowl rigged. It's not rigged per se, but they will, they will try to keep it close. Okay, the referees will try to keep it close. Fred Chambers, I'm here. Nearest sensor, science is better than sports. Yes, Mike. Daylight come and Rich wanna go home. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Bada bing, you play chess, Neil? No. Evan Almighty's Revenge. Hey, 80s dude, you really like the 80s. It's the hair. Everybody thinks that. I'm Jesse Young Bro. What are your biggest hobbies, Richard? YouTube. Evan Almighty Revenge. What's your favorite 80s song and movie? Aliens, and I don't really have a song. Fred Chambers. I'm tired every time going up, so I'm washing my clothes by. Mosher, ye dude, you speak English? Chad Bailey. Any road trips to Amanda's house, Rich? No. Fred Chambers. Hand. You can dance if you want to, but you leave your friends behind. Your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Mosherfin, love from India. Curry is now England's national food. I bless the rains down in Africa. Bada bing! When was the last time you went swimming, Neil? Oh, God. Long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. Evan Almighty Revenge. Was McDonald's better in the 90s? Well, the McNuggets were bigger. Mosurfism. Have you ever been there? No, I have never been to India. Jeff, how can things get better in this country when nobody could get along? I don't know. I mean, Jeff, things get better, things get worse. Pradeep Mori, C7P, your distress district. Motorfin, what's your thoughts about India? It's a big country. Evan Almighty Revenge. It's smaller portions and higher prices. That's the main issue. Yeah, I mean, McDonald's is cheap. You know, small portions though. But I mean, here in America, we tend to have huge effing portions, so that's one of our problems. So yeah. Mike, like Superman said, USA will only change when everyone comes together and the government has no choice. Yeah. Musherfin, much country you are from? I am from the United States. Truck, yeah. Evan Almighty Revenge. Is USA the portion are huge for me as a British person? I took 3 or 4 days to eat one meal. Yeah, well, they can be really big out here. There are restaurants where you have unending French fries. Now, I mean, I understand chips, but French fries? Mike, I challenge everyone to donate $100 or whatever you can to food bank near you. Chad Bailey, what don't people in India celebrate Halloween? There's no Gandhi there. Evan Almighty Revenge. I never seen these strawberries last more than 3 days in the UK, but in US the strawberries last the 7+ days. That's GMO. Yeah. Also insecticide, probably. Fred Chambers, I am back. I don't have to go to laundromat. All you need soap and softener. Spam! Evan Almighty Revenge. OMG, Fred, you just remind me you left my clothes in the washer machine. Bada bing! Did you check Chad's joke, Neil? Did you get Chad's joke? Yeah, it just wasn't funny. There's no Gandhi there. There's lots of people named Gandhi. Bada bing, do your lol. Evan Almighty Revenge. I didn't get it, to be honest. It's a pun. Gandhi died. So there's no Gandhi. As opposed to candy. If you will pardon the pun, they're the ones doing the shit work. Bada bing! He was trying to be cheeky with Gandhi rhyming with candy, but I thought it was a bit lame. Captain Teach One. Balls Mahoney! Some sillier tornado nerd. I'm a skyworm spotter. Evan Almighty's Revenge. I heard that a lot of people in India have intestinal worms. Maybe they should celebrate Halloween and get rid of those pesky worms. More people than the United States have intestinal worms in India. Fred Chambers, there's no clotheslines outside, so I have to improvise. I bless the rains down in Africa. Evan Almighty, OMG, same in the UK, Fred. I have wet clothes and no way to dry them. Fred Chambers, hey, wash your hands after you finish. Yeah. Just so you guys will know that on my stream on the 28th, I made 6 cents with 332 views. And on the 27th, I made 6 cents. Let's see the 26th. 6 cents for an hour's work. On the 23rd, I made 7 cents. See, that's the problem with this whole YouTube business, is that if people aren't tipping you, you're just not making money. Bada bing, Neil, did you ever consider social work as a profession? Yeah, I worked with the homeless for 6 years. Okay, it doesn't pay well, and I would have less time for YouTube. Chad Bailey, kinda a dad joke. Yeah, Jeff, what's the use of bringing all this work back to this country when the machines are going to do all the work and the hard work get screwed? That's a good question, Jeff. What's the point of doing all the government cuts when what happens is that Americans get less? You know? It's like, yeah, you know, one of the things that Doge cut was the food assistance we send to Africa. Well, who do you think was growing all that wheat? American farmers. Now, after decades of them saying, hey, farmers, grow us some wheat, we'll send it to Africa and pay you money, now we got no market for the wheat because America sells inferior wheat. Yeah, it's $10 cheaper per ton, but, you know, Europe is like, we don't want that crap. We buy it from Canada, we know what quality it is, we know it's going to get here on time. America, you guys are so screwed up, we don't even know if we're going to get the damn wheat, so all of our workers are going to be sitting there with their thumb up their ass trying to make pasta. Evan Almighty, Revenge. I might watch the old Beetlejuice. I miss those kind of movies. And The Big Trouble in Little China. Yes, well. Just Desserts. Hello, Richard. What's your prediction for the VEB and American League cities if they cut the EBT for 3 months? Predictive. Riots. Heaven Almighty, you need to change $1 per person, Richard. You will make bank. Yeah. Chad Bailey, you can return 2 cans of soda and get 20 cents in Connecticut. Bada bing, Neal just got a Cash App so YouTube won't skim off your super chats. Yeah, dude, but I mean, other than Mike, who's going to give me cash? And even then, like, how much is Mike really going to give me? Is it, not to be rude about it. I mean, Mike's a good dude. Love everything he does for me, but I mean, he's not a vending machine, okay? And he's not going to pay me to hang out with him for an hour a day. And even if he did, do understand that, I would need like $120, something like that. Triple digit number to make this worth it. So that I don't have to do the other thing. And I mean, there are people that, yeah, they 100%, if they had the money, they would pay to spend time with me, which is weird in my opinion. But I don't know. Fred Chambers, if you want to know how to wash your clothes by hand, there are videos. No, I don't. Fred, that makes sense. Chad Bailey, I never work with homeless. They need to know life's full of disappointment and get used to it. P-Dog, Chris Farley. Boss, I worked with the homeless for 6 years. And they honestly gave me a lot of respect. There are a lot of them that didn't as well. I mean, let's not pretend that the world's perfect. But they were like, wow, you're really here to help us. And I helped a lot of people. Okay? It's like I say, there was one dude, he came in, he had a meth pipe on him. And I smashed it in front of him. I said, look, dumbass, I'm not you and I'm not your mom. I'm not here to get you clean. Okay? I'm here to protect you. You can't bring this in here. So you do what you gotta do, bro. If you need to have your hit to get through the day, what are you doing? It's Toby. And if you do what you need to do to get through the day, I'm not here to judge you. Okay? When you come back here, you just need to be clean. It's that simple. You need to be clean. Okay? So you gotta stash your shit, you go stash your shit. He's like, alright, I respect that, Mike, where I live, some kind only get to eat when they go to school. This shutdown is pissing me off. Yeah. Mike, one of the things that we have forgotten in our modern day is rural Americans. Okay, the one horse towns, the economic engines that have shut down. And it's like, it's really sad that we had money to go over and screw around in Afghanistan, but we didn't have money to go out there and, feed the kids in your neighborhood. And yeah, it's also really sad that we seem to have the money to feed Africa, but not America. What's up with that? Those programs where you can sponsor a child, you could do that in America. You could sponsor American children. I mean, I thought that was a third world country thing, but no, it's not. I think I could get me a child in Mississippi or something like that. Charlotte Millen, do you remember me from a month ago? No, and it's probably showing a different name. Fred Chambers, yeah, I'm tired of the laundromats raising their prices every time I go in, 50 cents more. Jeff, 3 years ago I was in the hospital for a year with sepsis. I just wish I had extra money to give you. I'm sorry. Jeff, it is not your responsibility to pay my bills. Just understand that, okay? I chose to be here. I'm going to get what I get out of this. And, I mean, like I say, Do me a favor when you're done watching this, go watch another one of my videos and leave a comment. That's what you could do for me. Because I don't want your money. I want the advertisers. I want the money from the people that are trying to sell something to you. Okay? I don't want poor people to be handing me their money instead of taking care of themselves. I want to be making money like a regular YouTuber, like Jeremy Johns, who, I mean, people call him up, be like, hey, would you tell people you watch our TV? It's like that's what I want, but it's not going to happen. S211, Richard, I ate a tuna sundo the size of my hand on Tuesday, and it's still inside my body. Should I be concerned? Kinda. Daniel Garcia, do you wear 100% cotton zip hoodies with a hood? No, I don't wear hoodies at all. P-Dog, I am a Joan Gilbany. Mike, if a commercial says donate $10 to a month to a starving child, how much do you think child gets? Commercial costs money. People are getting paid. Yeah. I mean, you're lucky if the child gets $1 out of that. Charity. It's like I say, Mike, I used to work for a major charity, one of the largest in America. 4 years working with the homeless. Okay. And the man who ran that facility made more in 1 month than I made in a year. All right. When his replacement came up to me one night, I mean, I was coming on shift, it was like 11 o'clock or something. He comes up, I just made us $30,000. And I was like, yeah, how much does it cost to run this place? He goes, well, $9 million, per year. And I go, $100,000 a bed. That's what it costs to get somebody off the street. $100,000 a bed. Okay. At the time, they were going to get out of that shelter for $30,000 a year, and we were $100,000 a bed. So each one of those beds represented 3 people who could have just gotten off the street if we gave them the money. Okay? Then, the money stopped flowing. All right? Pandemic, whatever have you. People didn't have the disposable income to donate to this charity. You know what the charity did because of that? They built another shelter. They put another 90 people in beds. Because in order to get money from the government, they need to provide beds. Chad Bailey, laundromats are nasty. No way I would wash my dog bed in one. Donnie Dungleton, your eyes are glowing in the light. Or is that light glow from your eyes? BMC Arzen Ranger, bro, do a hands and push-up bio. P-Dog, what do homeless people smell like? Homeless. It's a smell. Chad Bailey, poop and heavy body odor, P-Dog. Some of them, yeah. Fred Chambers, I met a piggy bank like every time I wash my clothes, I put the money I would have used it. Okay. Nimbus. Yes, that's my kitty. Oh, I love kitties. Oh, yes, I do. Black hole enthusiast. Is Cat okay? Yeah, she's feeling better. I mean, it's a weird thing about Nimbus is she's never really been a super cuddler, but she's more of a cuddler now. You know, my sister once adopted this feral cat. He was a silver tabby. And she wanted to call him Sylvester. I called him Silver. And for some reason, everybody else started calling him Silver. And when we first got him, he hated being picked up, but he was happy to get fed, so he'd let people pick him up. But after a while, he became the kind of cat that would come sit in your lap. And I remember, every time I went to sleep, I'd wake up with Silver. Donnie, is Nimbus named after Dragon Ball Z? What? There's no Nimbus in Dragon Ball Z. Not that I know of, anyway. Nimbus is named after a Nimbus cloud. See? She's a Nimbus cloud. She's gray. Turton, I'm new English. What does doing it doggy style mean? Can you explain? You see, when two dogs get together, one's the bitch and one's the stud, and one gets railed, and that's what doing it doggy style is. Evan Almighty Revenge. OMG, that cat is very cute. You see that, Nimbus? You see that, Nimbus? Where's my old girl? Yes. P-Dog, do cats have large anal glands? I have no idea how one would size an anal gland. Jeff, when I was the home care facility for a year, I was so sad. People were placed in there to die. Most of the people in there just wanted someone to come by and talk to them. I would be such a great person to work there. I can never shut up. That's why I'm just a great person on YouTube. I never shut up, Not everything I say is fabulous. P-Dog, when I woo. In Russia, we drink vodka because it does not freeze in the snow. I miss the rain down in Africa. Oh, guys, are we done then? Because we have 5 minutes left and nobody's talking. I used to think that I could not go on. That life was just another awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. The strength to carry on. I believe I can fly. I believe I could touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I could soar. Mike, we gonna trick or treat all. See you later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Mike has left the building. Until next time, I'm Richard.